Hello, welcome to Rob's Gaming Table. I'm Mel, and today on the table I'm going to be painting the heroes from the Dungeons & Dragons Legends of Drizzt box. Last week I painted through the Wrath of Ashardalon characters, and we've also been playing through some of these scenarios with Kyle, the Castle Ravenloft, and the Wrath of Ashardalon. So if you're interested in seeing any of the playthroughs or any of the painting, check out the links in the description below. But today we're going to be painting some more of the heroes. I will be speed painting these characters. So there's technically 8 characters in this, or I guess 9. But I'm going to be painting the 5 heroes. There is 2 that could be considered, I guess, hero or enemy, and then there is a cat, and then there is a dwarf, but we're not going to paint any of those. We're just going to paint the 5 heroes in the box for now to start. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using the speed paints, Army Painter speed paints, to just get these table ready, nice, quick and dirty paint, having them so that we can see when, or you guys can see more when we're streaming. You guys can see the characters on stream and they kind of stand out so you can see who's is who. So that's kind of the goal of what I'm doing for today's stream. So we're just getting paint on them so that you guys can see from up above whose character's who. So let me show you. I was kind of searching through some images. If you were here last week, you saw that these cards don't really give much of what this mini is supposed to look like, but there are some amazing people that have painted these characters up already, or these heroes up, and they've posted their images on BGG. So I wanted to show you one that I'm kind of using as inspiration because I thought they kind of looked cool, but I'm also going to put my own spin and twist on it as well. So I'm going to use these as kind of a guide for some colors and some color schemes, and then I'm going to use my own I guess, decisions of what colors I want to do. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to match each of the bases to the colors of the character board so that you guys can see whose character's who, because I know sometimes when you're looking from above, it might be hard if you're looking at like a character like these, one with a hammer, one with an axe, to be able to see who's who. But if I have them painted similar to the board colors, hopefully that should be easy for you guys to see. So I'll show you what I'm kind of like working with, and then we'll get started painting. So these ones are the ones that I'm painting minus the cat that's in the beast that's in the front. I'm not painting that one, so I'm just painting the other 5 characters that you see here. This is, again, thank you to people that post their images on BGG. It's super helpful for inspiration, especially when there's not much left to be desired on the card. Like, it's pretty plain. So this is super helpful. So I'm just going to have this up on the side, and this is kind of like some things that I'm going to be looking at for colors in that. Also, I love that when I was looking at this before the stream started, these look really cool with the textured bases, like with the rocks and the grass and all of that on the bases. Look super cool for this game. Bases don't come like that. I'm not doing that, but I just noticed them and I thought they looked really cool. So alrighty. Joe, hello, how are you doing? Yeah, give it the Mel flare. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, so as I said, we have 5. I'm just going to kind of pick one to get started. I guess we'll pick this. This is a human and barbarian. Let me put it up on one of these so that you guys can see kind of like the before. I do need to say, in looking through the 3 boxes so far, these heroes are actually the most detailed of all 3. Still, the minis are not great, which is why I'm using speed paint and I'm not doing any kind of dry brushing, washing, highlighting. I'm not going into any detail on it. I'm just doing a quick speed paint on them, table ready. The minis are not super fantastic, but the detail on these are better than the other 2 boxes I have noticed. So Jacko says, because you hate cats. I mean, you're not wrong. Greg, hello. Hope everyone's doing well. So, okay, so let's start with some flesh. And let's see. Let me get some of my I gotta say, when I put paints away, I'm not super methodical, and I put them in all sorts of ways. So then I have to like flip them all around so I can see what colors I'm looking for. Let's, for this barbarian, use this Crusader skin speed paint. See, Mitch, hello. And similar to what I did in the last week's stream, if I have a color that I'm already using, I have paint in the well, I may use this for other things, just for saving of the paint and also for speed. So some things might be similar colors for that reason, just because it's easy for speed if I'm using similar colors that I already have out. I do have that cat. Cats are awesome, says C. Mitch. I will disagree with you, but you are allowed to have your opinion. No, I'm just joking. I'm not a fan of cats, but I do have them primed up and ready. So if I'm like super fast with these, we could move on to them. But right now, we're going to just focus on the 5 heroes that I have here. So I hope everyone had a good weekend. It's Monday today. It's also freezing cold here, like very, very cold. It's like so cold. It was so cold this morning when I was outside that it's like you get the brain freeze. It's crazy. I know some of you may also be experiencing this deep freeze that we're having. It's very, very cold. Oh, Grace says, if the cat acts like a dog, then you're good. Haha. I'm still not good. Not a fan of cats. See, Mitch, do you have a cat? I feel like this color suits this mini. Do you recall what primer you used for the awesome Dark Soul minis, black or white? White. White matte primer. Did I? It was a long time ago, Jacko. I want to say that I used white for all of them. I definitely for all the skeletons, but the Nito, the boss, I could have used black because he is mainly black and then done a dry brush on the front where all of the skeleton parts are. But I'm not 100%. I wonder if Rob would remember. But I likely did on all the characters were primed in white and the skeletons were primed in white. But I'm now thinking that maybe I did do the Nito in black because the majority of him is dark. And it would be silly to prime him white and then just paint that black. But it was a long time ago. I wish I could remember exactly. But I do appreciate everybody. People were really complimenting those minis, which was super exciting. Either way, they turned out so good. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, they were fun to paint. And I think because of the nostalgia that Rob has with them, like it was just exciting to be able to paint them for him. Okay. We have the flesh on. This guy is done. Okay, he's ready. Okay, let's see. I think I can probably use that same color for this dwarf fighter that we have. Doesn't have much flesh exposed, just face and hands. Hello, Doug. How are you doing? And I'll be jumping between the minis because I find that it's faster when using the speed paints to let areas dry, as well as trying to use the speed paints throughout the minis. Oh, he's got an eye patch on. I was definitely pretty impressed when I saw these ones. They definitely are a little bit more detailed, so they definitely improved their miniatures between boxes, which is awesome. Still not like super great, but did anyone do anything fun and exciting this weekend or play any cool games? We got Earthborn Rangers back on the table, which was fun. We're going to be streaming that tomorrow as well. Rob just scheduled a stream, so you guys can set your notifications if you want to check that out. I don't know if you guys can see, but he has an eye patch on. Like, those are the details that I didn't find in the first two boxes. So, definitely cool. Okay, you know what? As I said, we're just using up the same paints that we already have out. So, let's just kind of keep it going. This is a human archer that we have. This one I didn't find to be as detailed. It's just kind of like plain Jane kind of mini, but we'll see if we can spice it up a little bit with some paint, but oh, Gray's on chapter 3 of Role Player Adventure. Coach a couple of lacrosse games and tried to watch some football. That sounds like a great weekend. That's awesome. Doug's still working on Jaws of the Lion. Fun. Jacko binged Act 1 of Descent. Ready for the final scenario tomorrow for our snow day. Oh, you're having a snow day tomorrow? You know what the best is? When you already know it's a snow day tomorrow. Those are the best kind of snow days. That's awesome. I am a little bit jealous. That's awesome, Jacko. Yeah, that's a tough scenario. Good luck. A1, hello, how are you doing? Greg, how are you liking the role player adventure? Tara, how are you doing? I feel like we haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. Oops. Jacko, do you have a lot of snow where you are? We didn't get much snow here, just the very, very cold temperatures here. Just like something wrapping around her wrists, but I'm gonna just do the whole thing in this flesh color and then go over that later because it's harder to go around it. This one's not the best, but it's all good. Okay. We have a drow ranger. This mini looked super cool. I'm doing well. Thank you, A1. Thank you. Yes. Oh, Greg says about the role player adventure. Really like it. Change of pace for you. Okay. Seriously, just want to thank you, Mel, for doing these streaming vids as it gives me courage to paint my Iceless Vanguard minis, and I love painting with them. And we'll never use gray unpainted minis again, lol. I hear you. I know we played with when we started with this game, the Castle Ravenloft, we started with gray minis. I know, crazy, right? But um, we weren't sure how much we were going to play it, so we didn't really want to waste the time and energy and paint and all that if it wasn't going to be something that that Kyle liked playing or that we liked playing. But it seems like you guys are liking those playthroughs, so we thought, hey, might as well. But yeah, it definitely changes the feeling. Like I don't know, I feel like I can get into the game more. It's more exciting when you have painted minis. I don't know, definitely changes it. And I hope that for you guys that are watching it, like just is that little bit of enhancement to the stream, like being able to follow along just a little bit better. Um, yeah. And hopefully that like sets us apart from other channels as well. I think that for this guy, we only have hands. It looks like he's wearing some sort of gloves. So we just have a face for this guy. Oh, Seamish says your boys are also have a snow day tomorrow. Yeah, that's the best. Like when you know that you have a snow day the day before, and you don't have to wake up super early and go, please, 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 you know? So, um, Seamish, do you have a lot of snow at your place? I know sometimes too they do like snow day, they call it, even if it's just like very, very cold where you are or there's ice. This is a halfling rogue. Oh, I guess I should kind of show the I did put some paint on his face already, sorry. Story is really fun and you like the cards for dice mitigation. Nice, nice. That's awesome. Oh, Tara says still sick, but finally broke my 102.2 fever. I've had for nearly 2 days. I'm so sorry that you're sick, Tara. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you feel better. See, Mitch says we had a light dusting, but it's 13 degrees and our roads are white. I don't know what 13 degrees. Can you tell me what 13 degrees is in Celsius? I don't know what that is. We are, today was, I think it was like minus 16 or 17 Celsius, but felt like with the wind chill, it felt like minus 28, 29 Celsius. Freezing. Very, very cold. I think other areas of Canada are even colder, so I guess I can't really complain. But yeah, I was saying like at the beginning of the stream, like walking outside, it felt like you had brain freeze. It was so cold. Yeah, this guy. Oh, this guy has some, his hands are showing. Fahrenheit, yes, you're in Fahrenheit, but I don't know the we don't use Fahrenheit here, so I don't know what I don't know what did you say it was? 13 degrees Fahrenheit is in Celsius to compare or to like know how cold that is. I have to Google it. So your place is having a snow day just because it's really, really cold? Oh, like minus 10. Okay, okay. I know what that is. Thank you, thank you. Alrighty. Okay. Put that guy back, and I'm kind of just going to keep working like in a line across my minis. So going back to this one here. It's funny actually, I just realized that this mini isn't even in that image that where's my mouse? I'm just looking through some of the images that I had. All right, we're gonna just improvise this one. Oh, Jeremiah, I missed your message. Says, hello, I've been painting my Drizzt, as well, mainly because it peeved me that I can't recognize them on the board. Yes, with the monochrome. It's very good. It wasn't very good though, but playable. Hey, I think that paint on a mini is better no matter how it looks, better than gray plastic. So I bet you it looks great. But I agree with you, they are hard to tell apart. As I was saying, even just these two, right, that are both holding something in their hands, if this was on the board, that's hard to tell. And we've in the past moved each other's characters around because they look similar. And the hardest part with this game, I find too, is that the minis don't exactly match the art from the card. So it's even harder. That's what I found. So I think Jeremiah, they probably look great. I bet you are being too hard on yourself. Also note that these minis are not like the best. So blame it on the mini, not on yourself. You're doing a great job, I bet. Okay, let me just kind of peek. Okay, so it looks like maybe we'll do some browns, and yeah, let's use this hardened leather, and we'll do that on the fur around the cape and maybe on some of the cloth that he has going on. Yeah, Doug says painted always looks better. I agree. Thank you. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, Tara's right. We live in Canada, so we don't use Fahrenheit. We use Celsius. So it's confusing, I know. Greg says, I love you Canadians with your friendly lumberjacks and your fun temperatures. I mean, I think they actually do it because it doesn't sound, maybe, I don't know, actually, Fahrenheit doesn't sound as cold as Celsius. Like when Simich was saying that it's 13 degrees, it doesn't sound as cold as when I say that it was minus like 15 to 18, but felt like even colder. Fahrenheit sounds less cold. Matthew, hello. Having a great night. How are you doing? Oh, Seaman says it's too cold for salt to work on our roads, so they're slick. Oh, okay, okay. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little jealous. Snow days are the best. Mind you, I know that some people don't necessarily get snow days, even when it's a snow day, right? Depending on where you live and what you do, but they are the best. Like, especially when you wake up and you're like, oh, it's a snow day today. I don't have to go to work. That's the best. Best kind. And then working from home, though, I guess that changes things for people. Jeremiah says, I also ruined them at the end in a very new way. I used a matte fixative, which killed all the blending and the metallic highlights. Shouldn't have done that. You know what, actually? I was saying in a previous stream that these are the perfect minis to experiment and test with because the minis aren't like high quality by any means. So they're perfect to try different things. So for you, you said you ruined them, but I think that was like a learning lesson. Like you experimented on these minis, it didn't turn out, but that's great because wouldn't you rather experiment on these minis that are like, meh, versus a game where they come with like high quality, like super detailed, like amazing miniatures? I think that's great. Yeah, these minis are like perfect for testing and trying out and experimenting on. All right, let's do the, no, let's wait. Okay. Alrighty, let's go with some other browns. Or maybe even some grays. Maybe like a gray would be good on for the body, and then the brown just for the cape. Yeah, let's use actually, we're improvising on this one because I have no idea. We're gonna use this Grave Lord Gray. Ninja Art, hello, says, good evening, Mel. Didn't see the stream schedule. I know we tried to sneak one past you, but it didn't get past you. No, I'm just kidding. Rob scheduled them today because we were talking about our stream schedule for the week and was trying to figure out when I could fit in a paint stream and other things that we're doing. And today was actually the only day, so it was the only day that I could paint them. So I was like, I'll do today instead of like skipping a week. Again, trying to keep consistent now that we're back to regular, holidays are done, back to our regular schedule of me not being home and streaming during the day with Rob. So want to keep it to once a week at least. Maybe more if we have like a big game that we're trying to finish so that we can stream it, but ideally I would like to continue our once a week. So this was the only day that worked. Thank you to all of you that are here, and 24 of you and 14 likes. Thank you so much in a stream that was scheduled kind of this afternoon. I appreciate that. Thank you. So as I'm painting these arms, I'm realizing that I have hands on this mini that I missed. I think I thought he was wearing gloves, but now that I'm working on the arm, I can see that he's not. So at least Rob doesn't have to go far for work. I know, you're right. He's lucky. Honestly, I only have to go into my office twice a week, so it's not the worst. But today was one of the days going out there in the cold. So I can't really complain only having to go in twice a week. Ninja Art, I agree, says, I understand our 3 weeks off went by way too fast. I know, right? It went by so fast. So fast, I couldn't even believe it. Michael, how are you doing? We've seen our own convention. People keep saying that, but it's a lot of work. Adam, hello. It says, how cold is it up there? It was anywhere between -15 to about -18 throughout the day, but then with the wind chill, it felt like -25 to 28. Um, it's very cold. That's Celsius as well. It's very cold. Adam, are you somewhere where it's cold or are you lucky? Actually, you know what? Should I do the boots the same color? No. Okay, gonna go back and just fix up those hands. Alrighty, and then I'm just gonna fix around the collar where I had done the fur, but I think I should do this part as well. This part may not be fur, but hey. There we go. There we go. Jacko says 16 Fahrenheit here. Adam's in Illinois. Did I have a snowstorm in Quebec this weekend? We got one. So not really. It snowed here on Saturday, but you know what? I'm going to do the hair in the same dark color. Yeah, it snowed here on Saturday quite a bit, or like Friday night into Saturday. But then it didn't start getting colder here until probably sometime into Saturday morning. So it snowed all Friday. Then it rained for part of the night, and then it got really, really cold. So some of that turned to a little bit of ice, which was a little bit of a problem, and then it snowed on Saturday. But right now it just looks like we have like a dusting of snow. It's not too bad. It's mainly the cold here. But in Quebec you got one. But then I talked to my brother. He lives about an hour and a half away, and he said that he got more snow. So I think we were just lucky where we lived. That it wasn't that bad. I think a lot of areas are either dealing with cold, like very, very, very cold, or snow. So is it safe to is it is it safe to say you stay inside? No, I was outside today. I had to go to work. I was saying it was so cold it felt like I had brain freeze just being outside. It was very cold. I think because it was also very windy this morning. It wasn't so windy when I came home from work, but on my way in, it was very windy. Alrighty, we're gonna get some more brown. I'm gonna use like a dark brown probably for let's use dark wood, and that will be for the back of the cape and the around the waist, the fabric around the waist. Oh, Adam says we have almost 2 feet of snow. I'm just gonna flip this around so because I'll start to forget what where my colors are. Oh, Doug says you got 15 centimeters. Wow. Wow. Use a bigger brush so that I can be faster because the back of the cape doesn't have a lot of texture. I don't want it to dry streaky, so we'll kind of load the brush and move a little bit faster so that we don't get brush strokes. Seema says, I'm a bad driver in snow slash ice. I don't like to drive in snow or ice either. I had an accident one time on black ice, and I will try not to drive if it's snowing or ice, if I can get away with it. Yeah, Michael, I agree, but I thought it was the same. So Michael says the bad thing about the colored fidget popper is that it doesn't show the colored paint very well. And I agree, but I found it was the same with even with a white, like I have a bunch of, don't mind that it's dirty, but I have a bunch of these, um, just like palettes, and I would find the same that it would be hard to tell the paint color. Um, so what I do often, and I've done it on stream before, is if I'm unsure, I'll dip my brush in and then just kind of go like that so that I can see what color it is. Or I try to remember as best I can. But I do agree that the speed paints are hard to tell what color they are in the wells. But I found that to be with any palette I was using. The only thing I guess that worked to the benefit of the white palettes is you could kind of like brush up the side and kind of get an idea of what color it was. Where you can't really do that with this because I like maybe I can kind of tell, but depending on the color. But that was always one of my cons with the speed paints is like once I put it in a well, I don't know what color it is. They all just look the same. And I'm not gonna lie that I have definitely in the past I have put the wrong color in the wrong spot because I thought it was a different color. I'm gonna actually just, again, as we said, we're just using paint that we have. So I'm just gonna use this same paint, the same brown or in the cloth around the waist and all of that. Adam says, I started reading the Drizzt book. How's the game? So we haven't played the Drizzt scenarios yet. We've only played with, I think, two of the characters from the box so far, which were fun. We've played through, I don't know how many scenarios of the first one, the Castle Ravenloft. Now I'm blanking on the names. We played through a bunch of scenarios in that. That was fun. And then we started playing the Wrath of Chardalon just recently. We played one scenario from that. We have another one scheduled with Kyle this week on Thursday. And oops. Oh, shoot. And those ones have been fun. So I'm looking forward to seeing like what they do for the Drizzt box. Yeah, I think this is a fun little game, like just like a beer and pretzel for us kind of dungeon crawler. It's perfect for us on a weeknight. It doesn't take too much brain power, doesn't take too much time. It's fun. So yeah, I like the game. And you're saying that you started reading the Drizzt book. Are they like novel books or are they like short stories or what kind of books are they? I'm wondering if I would like them. Alrighty. It's a little messy by the rocks, but we'll fix that up later. Okay, we're going to set him off to the side for now. I have a feeling this dwarf is going to have some browns on him that we can use. So, kind of has a little bit of a chainmail thing happening. So let's do that. Just reaching for my speed paint metallics that I have. Let's use this one. Let's use this broadsword silver. Ninja Jared says, I've been meaning to ask you, I recently upgraded my mini painting game by adding grass, dirt, rocks to the bases. Did you ever consider doing that? I have considered doing that. And every time I go to my local game store, I look at that stuff. And I'm always like, oh, I want to do that. Or I look at, for example, okay, let me go back to the screen. I know that you were late, but let me show you something on here. So this is kind of what I'm using as kind of like inspiration again, because these boards, they are literally like a color. So they don't really give you an image or anything of the character. So I'm using this kind of as inspiration. When I look at BGG at these cool images, like I look at these bases, this is not what I have. Like I don't have rocks like this and grass and dirt and all of that. But I look at these and I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Timothy, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. Welcome, welcome. But I look at an image like that and I do think like, oh, I would like to do that. And then I think it first started for me when I was painting the Imperial Assault minis. And I was looking at all the Star Wars and minis from that game when I was painting them. I was looking for like images and inspiration. And a lot of them had basing done. So that's kind of when I really like eyed it and was like, oh, I'm really interested. But then then I started to think of like the cons that go with it. First of all, the time and like the energy and to do that. And then a lot of these games don't have great storage solutions for the minis. So I'm thinking, how am I storing these minis so that all the basing doesn't fall off, doesn't like, so then we don't open a box and we just have like all this grass and dirt or whatever in the bottom. But I have thought about it, and I think I've even heard, I think people have talked about it in some of our past paint streams, that there are like basing starter kits that you can get that have like a little bit of everything, so you can try. But I am interested. I just maybe don't know. I'm just gonna do this whole arm. Like I'm just gonna do the whole thing in this, and then we'll figure it out. Um, if we need to add some colors over it or whatever. Yeah, so I'm not sure, but yeah. I guess I just worry about like mainly storage solution of these minis with the bases that have like rocks and dirt and grass and stuff, and like how I would store those. But I definitely think that's cool. Little pieces of grass and dirt on the table, triggering Rob would be fun. Yeah, I know, right? Also, honestly, anybody that does do the basing like that, like I'm sure that is can get pricey, right? Like I know, like we're already paying for paints and all that. First, we got to buy the games with the big minis, and then we got to buy the paints and everything. It's like, is that something else that I want to add? I don't know. I don't know. Would it add to the experience of the viewers? I don't know. One thing I do need to get better at, which I am terrible, it's maybe should be a goal for 2024, is that I need to start taking photos of these minis, and like I should post some of my minis on BGG and let hopefully people get inspired by some of the minis that I've painted. But I'm so bad about taking photos of my minis. I just paint them on stream or off stream. We kind of hold them up on camera, we kind of go like this. Ooh, look at that mini. And then that's the end of it. But I really should start taking photos of them. Now, then if I start taking photos of them, then I'll be like, oh, now I want to have nice bases and I want them to look cool. I want to have a cool background. So I don't know. It's like we just tell ourselves all the reason why we shouldn't do something because it's a challenge. But I am interested, and I would be interested from you, Ninja Art, or anybody else that does it, like how you find it. Do you like it? How do you store them? Because that's one of my biggest concerns is how I would store them. Not so much for games that have a dedicated storage solution where there's a space for each mini. I'm not really worried about those kind of games. It's more so the games that, the minis are kind of just like in the box. But it's definitely something that I'm interested in, and I'm not going to say I'll never do it because I definitely look at all the supplies every time I go to the game store, which I haven't been to in a really long time, I feel like. And now when I go, I just blow my budget on speed paints um, since they came out with the 2.0 line. They have so many more colors. I remember when I started with just the starter set, and I had like maybe 10, 12, 15 colors total, and I was like mixing my own colors. Well, now some of those colors I was trying to make, they now have as colors, and I'm like, oh, now I want that color. I want to have more options. I want to have more like greens and browns and those colors that you use all the time. Um, so I don't know, but I am interested for sure, and I'm interested to hear people's comments on the basing. You know what? We're just gonna. Yeah, definitely a cool topic though. Okay, and I'm gonna do the bottom in the same, minus the cloth that is around the waist. Oh, Tara's off to get some sleep. Sorry, Tara, if you're not here, I'm sorry. See you later. Feel better. Jeremiah says, I like the Chardalon set best, mainly because one of the characters throws some fireball kind of spell. Whereas there isn't such character in Drizzt. Don't remember if there is in Ravenloft. No, I think that people like the this box because they like the character that can attack twice. That's what people were saying in a lot of the streams, which I think is this guy that we've kind of pretty much finished. But so far you can't really comment because we only played one of the second box. But it's been fun. It's more of the same. Alrighty, and let's do whatever headpiece that he's wearing here. We're gonna do that in the same color. Oh, Ninja Art says, I understand, but I usually spray a matte varnish over the whole thing when I'm done, and it pretty much holds in place. But yeah, storage solutions are not always ideal. Okay, so you find that just a little bit of matte varnish is enough. Okay. Okay. Michael says basing is cool, but the first time you put it on the terrain that doesn't match the base, you kind of you kind of wilt a little. Yeah, so I agree. Like you'd have to really make sure that whatever you're doing is going to match. Yeah, I get it. I get that. Another time that I thought about it actually was when we were like in our Frosthaven of putting the some sort of like snow or something on our characters would be kind of cool. Matthew, thank you, thank you, thank you. Matthew has a super chat, $20. Thank you so much. I would like to do that. I'm very interested, but but I have thought about it, but I just don't know. I'm not sure, but I think that's cool, but I am interested. I just blew my budget on speed paints. Is that what I really said? Or are you just making fun of me? Which is totally fine. You can make fun of me. I have thick skin. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But it's one of those things that I've been thinking about. You're right, and I don't know. Is there a game you're looking forward to most in 2024? Um, couple, I think. So I'm looking forward to the Heat expansion. I'm definitely looking forward to that. I am looking forward to the next Arkham campaign. I'm totally blanking on the name right now, but I'm excited for that. That'll be fun. Actually, you know what? While I have the silver, I'm going to do all of the weapons in the same silver while I have it. What else am I excited about? I'm curious for Star Wars Unlimited. So we played a demo of that at Gen Con and it was a lot of fun. So I'm curious of that. So I'm looking forward to that. Hard to say anything else. I don't know if there's any big Kickstarters that are coming. Rob and I don't really follow any of the updates. Sometimes I see things if people post in the Discord, but I don't really follow any to know what's coming. So there might be something I'm excited about that like we backed a year or two ago, and I just don't remember. But yeah, mainly like I'm excited for the Heat expansion. I'm excited for the Arkham expansion. I'm always excited for the Arkham expansions when they are coming. Hemlock Vale. Yes, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one for sure. I don't know what else. Anything, Christopher? What are you looking forward to in 2024? Is it Tequila Tuesday on a Monday for Matthew? No, I think Matthew's making fun of me, which is totally fair. My indecisiveness. It's like me trying to talk myself out of what I'm excited for and not excited for. But yeah, let me know what like is there something else that you guys are thinking that's coming that would be cool that nothing on that guy. Alrighty. Okay, let's go on to this mini. Again, this mini is like not as good, not as many details, but let's start with the crossbow because I have the brown already out. Oh, you're also looking forward to Arkham? Yeah, that one I really can't wait. I think when we were talking about it yesterday, it's actually coming out sooner than I thought. I think it's like end of March or like sometime in March or maybe February. I can't remember exactly. I know that one of them comes out earlier than the other, right? Oh, I missed part of the hand on this character. Okay, I'm gonna also fix the hand. Well, okay. Okay, let's do. Let's do the boots actually this same brown. Actually, though, we'll need to get more. Michael has 2 Kickstarters and 1 pre-order delivering early this year. Otherwise, you have nothing exciting to wait for. Yeah, it's a good reason to concentrate on gaming. Yes, exactly. You can pull out some of the games that you already have, right? And play those. That's awesome. The other thing too, it's hard, right? Because when someone says like, "Oh, what are you excited for 2024?" Like, my favorite thing of 2024 may not even be announced yet, you know? Like when we go back and do a recap of 2024, it could be something that I was completely unaware of right now, or a game that one of you guys recommend that we purchase, and then we play it, and it's one of my favorites. So it's such a hard thing to say. That's why I think it's easy to say I'm excited for more of the same, more of things that we've already played and I already know I like. But I'm excited for new experiences in gaming, and hopefully that is a thing. Hopefully there is a cool game coming out this year, or, you know, cool experience. Images says, I'm actually looking forward to Rob rants. They're almost always very informative. Yep. It's funny because sometimes I know, or I can anticipate a rant incoming based on like something that maybe somebody says, or something that I know just frustrates him in a game. But sometimes I'm completely unaware that he's going to have a rant. And as Seema said, it's informative for sure. Yeah. All right. What color outfit are we doing for this lady? Oh, I'm seeing. So it's funny, as you start to paint, sometimes I can then see some of the details. So I'm just going to fix up. It looks like actually the stomach is exposed. So Oh, Jacko's the same. I'm pretty focused on clearing my shelf of shame before Gen Con. That's awesome. Yeah. Ninja, same. Great at buying games, but you know, you don't play. Yeah, you have to play them more, right? We buy games, but we gotta play them. Um, yep. I love playing older games. Yeah, hopefully this channel has kind of shown you that you don't always have to buy the newest and latest Kickstarter, you know, look at your game shelf or your game collection and pull something out and try it. Have fun. Okay. Oh, Doug's also working on Shelf of Shame this year. Nice. Okay, so this is the year of clearing out your Shelf of Shame. Love that. Okay. Just gotta keep on too. So let's do something to kind of stand out. Let's put like a red shirt on or something. Let's use this slaughter red. Oh, Jacko says, my biggest mistake is buying a game I want to play, but it's a lack of good solo mode. Oh, so then yeah, you need to make sure that has a good solo mode before you purchase it, right? Again, for these characters, like we're just kind of improvising. And he says, I love how you paint the inside out. That's legit. Thank you. I think it's kind of like how I think I learned to color too, is like I always like trace all of the outside and then I go inside. I am a self-taught painter, so I apologize if people watch and they're like, "Oh my God." I just learn and I practice. I'll actually do a little bit of this part too. It's the same. All right, then for pants, how are we gonna do the pants? I feel like maybe we do like the gray actually, right? The gray might be the best. Let's go with that. And I think if I remember, that is this one. I think so. What's that one? No, that's brown. Yep, this is the first one. Okay. Oh, thank you. Steamish says you make painting look easy. Oh, thank you so much. Again, I just started doing it. Again, like I said, self-taught. I just picked up a brush and started. I don't know if I'm doing things incorrectly, if people that are painters or pro painters or have been painting for a long time watch me do something and they like, you know, start to feel sick inside. Like, oh my God, she's doing that. But I hope too that I can just show you as well that you guys can at home like pick up a paintbrush and just start, try, see what happens. I wouldn't say to buy a whole bunch of supplies until you know that you like it. You don't want it to be a hobby that you sink a bunch of cost into and then it's something that you dread or you don't want to do. Um, but that's why I like too with these few videos that I've been doing with the just using speed paint and not doing any kind of washing or highlighting or dry brushing or any kind of detailing, just to show like we can get minis that are like painted, you know, table ready painted on the table, ready to play, and not too much time. And I'm even like a slow painter. What's that? Whatever. I don't know what that is, but we're just going to do it as a paint like because I'm not sure. It looks like it should be something. But people have said to me that they're like, "Oh, you've made me or inspired me or you know made me feel like I can start painting as well." And I love that because it doesn't have to be like these crazy professional paint jobs. It can just be like a, you know, a quick speed paint and you're good to go. Alrighty, let's do the cape in this lady might look a little bit wonky, but it's fine. We're gonna do the cape in the hardened leather because I already have that out as well. Yes, Joe, that's so true. If you like the results, you did it correctly, doesn't matter, right? Exactly, exactly. So that's this one. This cape is much more textured and cool than the last one. And for me, I just find painting fun actually. Like I love seeing the finished results and thinking like, "Oh, I did that. That's cool." Okay, let's do the belt with the same color. All right, a couple more details on this one, but this one's looking close done. And this one was the one I thought was the worst molded figure, but it's looking cool. Okay. Let's go to this barbarian. Seema says, I haven't figured out how to buy in moderation. I think you're preaching to the choir here. Board game enjoyers like to purchase more than they like to play. Sometimes it feels like. Have you called dibs on your character or let Kyle pick first? We usually let Kyle pick first, and then I'll pick next usually. And then Rob. Missed the knees on this guy, looks like. But I think we don't usually pick characters that each other kind of likes. Like Kyle likes to play like a fighter, a dwarf, those kind of like a hard-hitting character. Rob likes to play a ranger. And then I like to play like healers, spell characters, those kinds. So it kind of works out well that we can each play our role usually in the games that we play. And they don't overlap too much. Yeah, usually Kyle gets to pick first. Alrighty. So for this one, I'm going to go actually with, I think I'm going to go with the gray. I don't want to do another character with brown, I don't think. Maybe we'll do like the gray fur on this one. Again, with the Grave Lord Gray. I don't remember where that was, so we're just going to start another one. Yes, Gravelord Gray, the gold standard for grays. I know that's one of the things I need is more options for grays and like dark colors. Actually, let's just do the whole thing. It's fine. I feel like I use Gravelord Gray quite a bit. I like the results of it. I also like it over top of metallics, like over top of a silver, which I will do in a minute to our dwarf, because I feel it gives a good like chainmail kind of look to it if you use that over the silver. But yeah, there's like probably 3 or 4 that are standard colors that I use quite often. And this is one of them. I wonder if at Gen Con they'll have any kind of speed paint specific paint classes or painting events. Yeah, the gray floor gray looks good with a light dry brush with white over it. Yes, or I like even a light gray, like an ash gray or something like that. Yeah, I like that. Now I'm not doing any dry brushing or anything to these ones because again, we're just doing like quick speed paint on them. I'm not doing any detailing of any kind. But yes, I do agree. I think I just like the pigment of it. Like, I don't know. It's one of my favorites. I feel like for this guy, I even make his hair kind of like a gray. Do I make it like a gray? Like with like the holy white? Or do I make it like yellow? Yeah, the holy white. I'm thinking that too. That might look good, eh? Okay. All right, we're going to do the hair in the holy white. And then we just need to do the handle. I just got to find the holy white. Mel, hello, how are you doing? Oops. Oh, Michael says if you like reading, find the Icewind Dale trilogy. It would be interesting to get your thoughts on the book and the painting jobs afterwards. I do love reading. My main reading, to be honest, is like teen fiction because I like to pre-read the books that my daughter's going to read because she's kind of still at that age where like not everything is appropriate. So I pre-read all the books for her that she's interested in, and then if it's appropriate, I'll let her read it. But yeah, I'd be interested in that one. I have to make a note of it. Let me just make a note of it. Was it called? Icewind Dale trilogy. All right, noted. So I'm assuming that's in this universe. Alrighty. Actually, I actually like that hair with this mini. Okay, and then just gonna do the handle. Oh, okay. Okay, Michael, I will check that out. I will see where I can find that. Are they older books or I'm assuming like are they before like so this was like 2011, 2012, right? Are they before that? I'm assuming they were before the game. I'm just thinking of like how I would get them. Oh, I thought I touched it. Oh, 1990s-ish. Okay, cool. All right. So this one's done minus the base. Let's take this one back. Let's first, while I have this brown, we'll do the handle. And then I'm going to use the Gravelord Gray over the chainmail as we were discussing, because I like the way that that kind of looks. You know what? I think I want to do the shield in this as well. Has a big beer on it. Okay. We're going to use the same color on the belt and the fabric cloth here as well. Oh, Sean, no problem. Says I want to watch and support, but I'm gonna have to run. I'm going to play Under Falling Sky, starting the campaign scenario with my daughter Leia. I get to watch for 20 minutes. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Have fun with that. That's a game I want to try as well. Um, Rob played that one solo. He didn't play the campaign. I think he just played like a one-off scenario in that game. And I think that's why I looked at Sky Team, because it was a game kind of similar, but that I could play with him. So yes, that that's awesome. And please report back on how the campaign is. That was super fun. Okay, nice, nice. I should try it. I don't really play any solo games. But I mean, I did play Final Girl, which I had been wanting to play for so long. So maybe I try this one solo. Yeah. Oh, and you're playing co-op with your daughter too. That's kind of like if I didn't play it solo, that's how we would play, Rob and I. And I'd be curious to know how you like it. So yeah, let me know. But have fun with that. That's awesome. Also great bonding time with your kids, which is great. Alrighty. So actually, I'm gonna let this dry a little bit first, and then we'll do the gray on it because I don't want it to bleed with the brown. I need to do something with this guy. Hmm. I think for this one, okay, let's find some colors we haven't used yet. Let's use this camel cloak for the shirt. Yes. Oh, Sean, that's so true. She makes all the decisions. I just roll it's for sure. Mel says Dragonlance books are also a great read. First one was released in 84. I think there are 6 books originally. Oh, awesome. I love when there are multiple. Like I love series. So if I can read more because I just find like one isn't enough. I start to get into the characters, I start to get into the story, and then I'm like, oh, it's done. So books that have more than one. Oh, this guy's so tiny. I have to note that down too. Dragonlance. I just started the Lost Ruins of Arnak campaign. Final Girl is fun to watch, but it looks too hard for me. No, I bet you could play it. I bet it was so fun. I think the game is designed to be challenging, but it's fun. It's one of those games feels so good when you win. Okay. Let's go with the hardened leather for the pants. I think I have this out, but most of them look like they're drying. We'll just add a couple drops. Okay. Do the same hardened leather on the bracers. Oh, Sean says, my daughter's 8 now. I want to try Earthborn out with her. I'm loving the adventure you're on with Rob. So fulfilling to watch. Yes, it is very fun. I think like since it's co-op, right? I'm sure you could try with her. We're doing the hair in the same color. Yeah, it's Earthborn Rangers is nice. It's so relaxing. It's kind of like low key, it feels like. It's like explore, do kind of whatever you want. The whole world is not trying to kill you. There's not like a boss that you're working towards. It's like so different of a feeling. But yeah, enjoy while she will play with you. Yes, together you can conquer. Exactly, exactly. Yeah, enjoy, yes. Take advantage while she'll still play with you. Like it's like um our daughter does not want to play with us much anymore. Actually, we'll not do that color. Once the kids get to a certain age, they are no longer interested. But our niece is 7 and she likes to play board games with us. Okay. I'm gonna get a different green. We're actually, what color is this? Oh, we're gonna do the, guess what? We're gonna go with the Gravelord Gray. Only because this guy, his board is more of the dark board, so we'll go with the gray. I'll just put in the wrong one. Oh, Jackal says 12. That age is apparently 12. Yeah, I can't remember exactly when, but you still get to play with your daughter, right? You said some games? Or is it still a little bit? Oh, I just put, see what I did? I put the wrong color there. Is it like pulling teeth a little bit to get her to play? All right. Our daughter will play with us, but it has to be food if there's nothing else going on, if she knows about it like a week in advance, and maybe if the power's out. But it's funny because She's always kind of like, oh, when we ask her to play a game with us. But then every single game is over, she'll look at us and be like, oh, that was fun. Or you can see like, she's kind of getting a little bit irritated while Rob's explaining the rules. It can be over. But then like partway through it like clicks and she's like starting to have fun. Hopefully it goes away for a little while and then it comes back, right? When they want to hang out again. When they get older. But we'll see. Oh, Doug, that's awesome. Says, my boys are older, always give me a day of gaming around my birthday. That's amazing. Oh, Jacko says time. That's about it right now. Okay. Okay. Our daughter likes Stranger Things as well. But she is very into the show. Like she loves the show. So again, as important, right? Getting kids into gaming with a theme that they like help. She also enjoyed the Stardew Valley. She really enjoyed that because she's played the game, the PC game. So she was really into like she knew all the characters and like as the villagers were coming out, she'd be like, "Oh, I know that one from the game." Okay, I just have to do, and we can do some bases. Let's go this one. What color was this one? Oh yeah, let's use that for the boots on this guy. That's the hardened leather. Again, some colors may look kind of funny, but I'm just kind of using what I already have out if possible. Doug, is there a game that you play with your boys around your birthday? Like, is there a specific game, or is it just like they'll kind of play whatever you pull out at that time? I don't know what this even is, but assuming it's some sort of sheath for a sword or something. I don't know, but we're painting it brown. Okay. And I'm just going to use this gray on the rocks. Okay. That one's done. That looks cool actually. Like I'm surprised by some of the detail that I like that the speed paint kind of picks that up. Okay, so this guy's also done. So 1, 2, 3 are done. We have 2 more. Let's go to this one. Let's put this gray over the chainmail. I'm not going to do it over all of the silver, just the chainmail area. Tell right now we might have to wait until it dries, but let's see. Yeah, it's hard to tell until it dries. Like it starts to fill in, but it won't be so shiny. Image says, my boys will play quick light games with me, but then they race back to their computers. Oh, see, Mitch, I forget. How old are your boys? Oh, Doug says, usually like Hero Quest, nothing heavy. Okay. Okay, that's fun. That's awesome. That's nice though that they like at least will humor you and play with you around your birthday. That's cool. Alrighty. And then for hair for this guy, I have like a, I have, let's try this one. Fire Giant Orange. Okay, let's go over here. Sean says, I realize most people need food, water, and sleep to live, but I realize you and Rob also need board games to keep that flood flowing. And we love, I think it says we love it. Sorry, the heart's there. Feeding us here in YouTube City. Oh, we will. We will. Thank you, Sean. I mean, I guess we don't really necessarily need the board games to keep flowing because we have so many of our backlog, or we want to replay, or we can definitely keep it flowing with what we've got as well for a little while. So it looks like he's got, the when the helmet kind of like goes across the face. Mm. So I'm gonna fix that. I think I did it on this side, so I'm gonna just leave that, let that dry, and I'll be able to go over it with that silver. Okay. But I like this color for the hair. Okay. Yeah, I like that color. So I'll just fix that so you don't have any bleeding through. And then I got this lady. We're gonna do actually the same color hair. Because why not, right? John says, thank you for any and all sacrifice you must have to do all year. No, there we don't no, we're good. We manage things pretty well. We like budget everything, so Tina says my oldest has a set up and plays online with his friends. Still currently into Minecraft. Okay, okay, yeah, our daughter has a setup as well, then plays with her friends online. Which is kind of nice because one of her friends moved away kind of far and doesn't come home very often, so they still get to hang out and chat online. Okay, I'm gonna do, oh, that's definitely dried up. We're gonna use this metallic to do the shoulder pads. I need this for the helmet for the dwarf anyways. Okay. And then let's see a color that I've got. This is probably green, right? Oh, I don't even know. What's this? Use that, that's fine. Oh, that's the same color as that. Oh well. All right. This model is so terrible. I don't like the sculpt of it at all. Okay, so then I just need to fix the helmet on this one, and then we can start doing our bases. Alrighty. You know what? I'm just actually going to, I really want that eye patch to get an even tinier brush. For the eye patch. Maybe I need a darker brown. Hold on, hold on. you can't see. See if we can make it stand out a little bit. That'd be cool. Okay. I mean, it probably just looks like a mess, but until it dries. Yeah, we'll look at that one again in a second. Oh, Seamich understands. Yours had a friend move to Alaska for a year. He came back, but they get to game and talk and like, yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. Okay, we're gonna start doing some bases. So again, I'm gonna try to match as best I can. Again, it's not gonna be perfect, but as best I can. And then once I do the base, it's hard to hold it up. So what we'll do, so we're going to do, I think this green skin is kind of like a similar color to this one. Oh, let's show you that mini again. Once I put the base on, it's hard to hold it up again. So this is our ranger, drow ranger. Oops, sorry. And we're going to use this green base. Some of these I had to do in the previous episode. I have to do them in 2 coats because some of these are very, the one coat is just not enough. They're not enough pigment in it. So if that's the case, I have to do that off. So many of these are clogged because I haven't used them in so long. I have to do that off stream because I have to let it fully dry or else it gets really streaky. I have to take a day and clean all of my paints. That's what I need to do. Yeah, see how these ones are very, very light. You still see the brush strokes through. So they'll need additional coats. And I'll do those off stream because I like to let the first coat fully dry or else find that you get weird brush strokes in them. It's harder to tell when you're using a black or a very dark color. Just have Rahab buy you the new Army Painter Mega set and donate the old ones to science. You use the speed paints so much more than I use the regular paints that some of them just the paint has clogged and dried in the top because I'm not using them regularly. That's funny. No, if anything, would want him to get the Army Painter set 2 big box. But that's very, very, very expensive, and I don't think it's worth it because some of the colors I already have. Okay, one done. This one, kind of like a reddy brown. So I'm thinking I don't have a good color that it's going to match. I have to make a color. It's not going to be perfect, but I'm going to just mix these two pure red and monster brown together to get kind of like a reddish brownish color. It is funny though. So some of these I do need to clean because, as I said, they're getting, but I have used quite a bit. Like a lot of these are almost, whoop, and then that happens. I don't want to add the brown to that because it's going to take so much to make it the color I want. So we'll just do that. Oh, this one might do the same thing. There we go. They're so clogged. It's like, I was like covering it. C Mitch, thank you so much for the gifted memberships to the channel, gifting 5 Rob's Gaming Table memberships to the channel. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Very sweet. All right, let's see if this is going to give me a color-ish that I want. I think so. So again, it's not going to be exactly 100% because I don't have this color specific, but it's good enough. See, Mitch, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. See, Mitch is trying to say, go buy more paint, Mel. You know what? It's so funny. Yes, I do keep a safety pin, and I had one in the last stream, and it's one that has like a little ball on it and actually drop it in by accident. And when I was cleaning it after the stream, I pulled that whole ball piece right off. And I had meant to go get another one I have in my in like my sewing kit, and I completely forgot prior to the stream. But yes, I do usually keep some sort of like pin or something to be able to help with that. But I dandy paint pliers to pull the tops off if needed. This piece, like how it kind of like gets all solid around the top. So it has nothing to do with like inside. Oh, Steve, you're hilarious. As I did the membership so I wouldn't have to make a comment about it. I know what you were thinking there. I got you. Thank you. Maybe I can make it to the game store before the next stream and pick out some new fancy speed paints. This one we'll just have to do another coat on the top. The sides look pretty covered, but Okay, so I think that one, I mean, once it dries, it'll be similar enough. Okay, this one is our human archer. This one is, again, I'm holding them up early because once I put the base on, it's hard to do that. This one is kind of an orangish color, so I'm going to just use the base of this one. This one might be too bright, but again, it's still going to give us the orange idea. So nope, that one's not coming out. As I said, not a pro painter by any means. I'm like just like you guys. I'm a struggling painter trying to get my paints out of my paint pot. Okay. I think this orange, yeah, this orange will likely need, I think they might all need 2 coats. Again, we're not really painting any of them dark. Mix a drop of yellow and with some red. Yeah, but I think it's okay, right? Like it's going to be like slightly brighter. Again, it's not dry either, but it's going to give us the same orange idea. I wasn't thinking I would get the exact. Oh yeah, I did. I got it out. Yep. Sorry. Oh yeah, that one was off to the side. Can't really see. Sorry. And again, more came out than I needed. But I think this is like close enough. And sometimes I find that they dry darker a little bit than the color you see on camera and then when it's wet. But the other thing too is sometimes I find that after I put a second coat, because you can kind of still see the white through, it's still a little bit bright. But as I add additional coats, it'll like kind of darken it up a little bit. All right. Oops. Next, we have our barbarian, which is kind of a bright bluish color. So I was thinking of crystal blue because it kind of was almost very, very similar to this. Running out of wells. Okay. I am going to clean these, I promise. It's the most solid color of them all so far. Still would like a second coat on it, but I actually really like this blue color. Sean says, speaking of past games, Mel, we know you can't wait to put eBay back on the table for another try. LOL. Bring it up because I'm deciding what game to get rid of. That wasn't my least favorite. I think I would play the eBay game again, like, I don't know, with my niece or something, like as a silly game. Um, I thought it was fun for what it was, for like a free game. You are funny. You're trying to decide what games to get rid of? What are your choices? Like, what are you debating between? And you have to get rid of them for space, or you just don't play them anymore? I do have ball bearings, yes, in some of them. I don't know if I have them in all, but I do have them, I think, in most. I think I remember Rob spent a ton of time putting them all in for me one day. Okay, this one, our halfling rogue, I think we're just going with our necromancer's cloak, which is almost identical to that color. The eBay game was fun to watch. It was fun to play. I mean, for what it was, like a free game, it was fun. And it was an experience, like something that we'll remember, right? About going to Gen Con and picking it up. Oh, this one is, there we go. Wasn't mixed very well. Okay. Yeah, this one I think is the one that will match the best. Oh, see, Mitch says Mel only put ISS Vanguard on the bottom of her list because she's heartbroken over not finishing the whole campaign. Um, no, if there was a game that I would want to finish the campaign for that we didn't, it would not be that one. You know what, to be honest, I feel like maybe of all the ones we haven't finished, I liked the gameplay loop the most in Madara. So that would probably be one that would be fun to go back to. Like I didn't love the story so much. I'm not really into the anime and all of that of it. But the gameplay loop of anything that we've played, that was the best. I've said in the past that for ISS Vanguard, I liked like the book part the best. The gameplay loop is okay. Wasn't for me, but that's fair. Everyone's allowed, right, to have their games that are not their like number one. Alrighty. So here's our 5 characters that are done. Again, I need to do second coats on all of the bases because one coat just wasn't enough, but I really like to let them dry fully before I do that. It just causes less streaking in the paint, right? Because when you're trying to go over the paint and it's still kind of wet or sticky, it just kind of makes a mess in the brush strokes. So that's it. We have our 5 characters painted. So I do have additional characters that came in this box. So there is 2 that are characters or could come in as enemies. Another one is, I guess, I don't like I guess I have allies as well. I'm not sure. We'll see what's going on if I paint these on stream or off stream. I'm not really sure what is going to happen next, but I think next I would like to paint the characters in the first box, in the Castle Ravensloft box, because just so that we have character choice, and what all of these can be mixed with whatever. So I'd love to get all the characters done and painted first, and then maybe I'll go to these allies and other monsters slash villains, or characters slash villains that, and I'm not sure if I'll do those on stream or not, depending on what kind of games come into the queue of needing to be painted. The other thing I have to paint still, I don't know again if I'll do it on stream, and like if you guys want to see me paint them, then I can, but I still have on my queue is the Descent Betrayer's War character, or the heroes. So I didn't paint the heroes when we painted through the box because the characters are exactly the same as the first box, just with an additional stance, or maybe they have different, maybe they have a different weapon or something. So I didn't paint them. So those are still also on my backlog of things I could paint. Again, I was saying at the beginning of the stream, I want to keep this to a regular weekly stream so we can come hang out. It can be a place where you guys can paint if you're painting something, or if, I know in the past people have said they're sleeving games or they're punching out games, or doing whatever you're doing. So this would be a cool place to hang out and paint with you guys if that's what you're doing. So I want to keep it regular to a weekly schedule. So I want to kind of have what I'm doing in the upcoming week so that I don't kind of go, oh, I don't really have anything to paint, so we're not going to stream. So I think next we'll do the characters in the first box. Then maybe we'll see where we go from there. Also, who knows what comes in the meantime, right? And what we want to get painted and played. But it's been fun painting these characters. Again, we're just quick speed paint on them. No dry brush, no wash, no highlight or anything. They're just basic speed paints just so that they're table ready. I do like, even looking at it above right now on the shot, it's definitely, we can definitely see what characters which, just based on the base color. So if I had painted all the bases the same color, it still would be hard. Like, some of these characters look very similar. So yeah, so I think that's it for tonight. Thank you so much for the super chats, for the gifted memberships, for all of the likes. 28 likes on the stream. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Anybody that hung out with me live and just kind of chatted with amongst yourselves or with me, thank you so much. If you're watching later, thank you very much. If you have any tips or comments, please leave them in the description below, and I would love to, have a conversation with you as well in the comment section. So yeah, I'm not sure what stream or what day I'm going to be streaming next, but tomorrow Rob and I are going back to Earthborn Rangers. That's already scheduled. On Thursday we are streaming this game, not the Drizzt, but the what is it, Wrath of a Chardalon box. So that's on Thursday. You can set reminders for those streams already. Are you going to paint the monsters? No, I'm not painting the monsters for this game. I don't think that the quality of minis really, I need to. Some of the sculpts do look kind of cool, but I don't necessarily think that we need to for this game. I don't know. If I ever ran out of things, maybe, but I still have things that are backlog. Like, so Rob was playing last week. He was playing Dark Souls, and I painted up the boxes that he was playing. And I'm still in the back of my head, like, I still would love to go back and paint all of the Dark Souls from the base game. I would love to paint all that up. So those kind of things I think I would rather do before I painted like enemies for this game. So I think we're going to stick to just heroes in this one, but maybe if I ever ran out in the future, maybe it would be something. Or if I wanted to try a technique, like maybe I would try it on those ones, but I don't think so. So right now we'll just stick to the heroes. But good question though. Thank you. Michael says, Night Mel, thanks for the hangout. Yes, thank you guys for hanging out with me. It definitely keeps me company while I'm painting and kind of gives me motivation to keep going and like having this weekly night where we just kind of hang out. So thank you so much for watching. Again, thank you for the super chats and the gifted memberships. Thank you for everybody that watched live with me and anybody that's watching later. Thank you so much. And I will see you in the next one. Good night. Bye.